Be broke 2.5 years ago. I was broke, depressed, I had severe EDs, and I was living with my mom crying all day, okay? I completely turned my life around in 2.5 years. And the abundance I've attracted, the wisdom I've attracted, the new experiences, like, guys, it's shocking to me. It's shocking to me that I'm living this life. I want to show you guys how you can change your reality around and what you need to do if you are in a stuck place right now in order to change it around and actually manifest reality that you want to live in and create for yourself. I have a therapist, right? And I was talking to my therapist and we were basically discussing that I feel so depleted and so tired all the time. And then he told me, he's like, Liz, what is in your backpack? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, okay, day to day, how are you engaging with things? Are you complaining more? Are you reacting to hate and angry messages? Are you engaging into conversations that are hateful? Or are you loving? Are you pointing out what's beautiful? Are you being optimistic and grateful? And then I was like, you know what? I've been complaining a lot these days, like literally so much, and have been focused more on what I don't have than what I have. So I started to think about it, and he's like, well, so that's what you have been carrying in your backpack. So your backpack is filled with hate, complaining, anger. So what your first reaction will be to every situation is that it's hate, it's anger, it's complaining, okay? He said, if you had filled your backpack with love and loving conversations, with laughter, with being grateful, that would be your first reaction and you would energetically not be depleted. He said to me, the issue is when we are energetically depleted, no sleep can fix that. When you have a workout, for example, you can have a good day of sleep and that's it. The next day you feel fine again, okay? But when you're energetically depleted, no matter how much you sleep, you're always tired. How do we tire ourselves out energetically? By engaging in negative things, by having negative conversations, by gossiping, by constantly saying what's wrong instead of what is right. So then I swear to God, guys, when I just realized that one thing, what he said to me about like, what is in your backpack? From that moment on, I started to actually watch the things that I talk about with my sister, with my friends, and I started to point out beautiful things and good things. I started to say out loud what I'm grateful for. And I swear to God, my whole energy shifted. Another thing you need to realize is, what do you want? What do you want exactly? Like, a lot of people say, oh, I want love. Okay, what does that mean? What does love look like for you? Because for a lot of people, they can get love from children, pets, from themselves, from friendships. Do you mean romantic love? Do you mean you want to attract a man? Honey, you have to be specific about this. A lot of you guys are not specific. Or they say like, oh, I want to be rich. Okay, how much money? How much money? In what way do you want to be rich? How do you want to attract that money? When you figure out what you want specifically, then you have to focus on that one thing. If, for example, you want to be more healthy or you want to create your dream body, right? Focus on that only. Focus on, okay, how do I get my dream body? What exercise do I need to do? Do I need to squat? Whatever. And you create that whole plan. When you focus on that, all the other things will come in. When we have too much that we need to think about as humans, we are more likely to not get anything done because there's too many distractions. Remove all the distraction, focus on one thing, and all the other things will come. Because if you start working on, let's say, your dream body, your self-love will increase. People will look at you differently because you love yourself more now. So all the other things you're trying to manifest will come anyways. And honey, you have to be consistent about it. What you want, you have to have consistency there. See, I'm a hustler. I've been a hustler ever since I was young. I had one goal in life, and that was to make money because I saw my mother struggle and my siblings, and I did not want that to be my reality. So what did this have to do? Okay, how do I create money? How do I make money? What am I good at? What would people pay for to see me do or whatever? And then I realized, you know, wait a minute, everyone comes to me for advice constantly. I'm really good at giving advice. So then I started my channel and the money came in because now I'm helping people and I'm doing what I'm good at. A lot of people, they always say like, oh yeah, I tried and it didn't work out, whatever. When you want something and you want it bad enough, it does not matter. People will go over bodies to get what they want when they want something bad, okay? You have to have that mindset. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe, and that's when you will achieve what you want. I need you to ask yourself, why do you want it? You know why? I was talking to this famous YouTuber. We were sitting, I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, you know, I kind of lost purpose and I lost motivation for my work and all these things. And he said, but you know, like maybe I'm gonna get motivation again, and then I can buy a private jet or like an expensive car and this and that. And I looked at him and I was like, why do you want that? Do you want a private jet to impress others? Or is that because it's gonna feel something in you? Because this guy has a lot of money. He has all the cars. And yet he's still sitting here not feeling good about himself. So I'm like, what is a private jet gonna do? Try to fill a void again that cannot be filled, because a lot of people, they think that materialistic things will fill a void when it never will. You have to have purpose in life. You think that if you die, someone will say like, oh my God, this guy had a private jet. Oh, he was a great guy. No one will say that. It's the legacy you leave on this earth. You guys need to think bigger and huger. What impact do I want to leave this earth with? Life, you have to find something that fills your soul and not the validation of other people. Because honey, this validation you will never get. These people will always look down on you, and there's always people that are bigger and bigger than you. So you're competing in a race that you will never win. The way of changing your reality is getting to know who you are. And I know I speak about this a lot, but this is actually so important. When you know who you are and you observe yourself and you know your own toxic traits, or the toxic traits that you allow from other people, then you can actually change things in your life. Because a lot of you guys, you want to change, but you're not self-aware at all, you know? I can list things that are toxic about me. I know this because I've, for example, been in a relationship. And then I start to work on these things, because I'm not gonna blame everyone around me and not look inside of the mirror. That's also why you should look at the repeating patterns in your life. Because I had this with a lot of friendship, that I would constantly attract the same person again and again and again, and they were always dishonest to me. And I have an issue with that because I'm too honest. I will say everything about my life, and I love friends and family deeply, okay? So if I love someone, I go way too deep into it. So when they lie to me, or I catch them in like a betrayal or stuff, it really hurts me on a deep level. But then I started wondering, okay, Liz, why are you constantly attracting the same person? Then I realized, I think there is a desperation inside of me, especially with female friendships, to be loved and to be seen. Because growing up, I never had that. I didn't have like female friendships, and I even had like one traumatic event with a friend that yelled in front of all like the, what's it called, the kitchen where everyone eats, that I'm a stalker and I should leave her alone. But I thought that this girl was my friend. And subconsciously, I had clocked that memory in my mind, and ever since then, I was acting like too much in friendships. Like I really just wanted the validation of a female friend. But because of that, because I was too desperate for it, I constantly attracted liars and liars and liars that kept hurting me, until I learned the lesson of detachment from female friendships. It was almost like it was so easy for me to detach from men and male relationships. I didn't care. But with women, I held them in such a high regard, to a point where even if they did something wrong, I would overlook it. Like I would just be like, oh no, they're perfect, you know? And I needed to learn that lesson, detachment, stepping away from desperation. But I had to look at the patterns first, and I had to recognize, where is this coming from, so I cannot repeat them again. Right now, if I have a friendship, it's not like that anymore. It's an equal friendship. And I also know what I want in friends now, because I studied myself first and my own behaviors. What I want you to do is just look at the people in your life, friendships, relationships, whatever, and look at the patterns. Are these people repeating themselves? Because these patterns reveal where your lesson lies. Another thing, when you're trying to manifest something, you have to ask yourself is, what frequency are you vibrating on? If your vibration does not match the thing that you want to manifest, you will not manifest it. Period, okay? A lot of you guys say, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I want to manifest that money, but you don't really believe that you can have that. You will never manifest it. Your vibration is not matching the energy of a person that has that much money. Another thing is, a lot of people say, oh, I want to attract love, I want to attract a good partner, but you don't love yourself. You're not connected to the love within you. You will not attract a partner that is loving or showing you love. Or you will attract a partner, you will attract someone, and they will show you, there will be a lesson for you that you need to connect to your self-love. So through them, you will learn to connect to your self-love. So you'll anyways have to come back to yourself. A lot of things that you guys are seeking outside are already within you. The money you're trying to manifest is your abundance in you. If you connect to what you already have on this earth and you feel grateful for it, you're a rich person and everything you have will amplify. But you're just looking at what isn't there instead of what is, and that's why nothing else is coming in. You know, when I started unlocking a lot of money, when I just truly started believing that I deserve to be wealthy. The other thing I need you to look at is who is growing you. I want you to actually take pen and paper and actually write down who is growing me in my life. A lot of you guys will have no one to write down because a lot of you are just picking people up, healing them, looking for people that are shattered to help them, but no one is growing